Every one of those essays was written in a coffee shop. I spent a lot of time in coffee shops. That's true, right?
And with one kidney, you're okay drinking that much coffee?
Oh yeah, the kidney works great. I just pee a lot. It's awesome. Coffee and water. I don't think I can go an hour without peeing.
Well, the older you get.
Yeah, that could be, although, this is more information than you need, but my prostate's in excellent condition, according to my doctor. Don't put that on there.
All right.
But it is.
All right, just tell us where we're at.
We're in Chagrin Falls, right at the falls here on Main Street. This is a coffee shop called Heartwood Coffee. Great coffee. I wrote many of the essays here, and every essay I wrote in a coffee shop. They smell like coffee. I didn't know we were having a shoot. I wouldn't have even come. So I'm really glad you didn't tell me in advance. I'd have been like, I think something came up at 10:30, a client thing on Tuesday. Can't make it. I'll see you next time.
Jim. You would have come.
The book has been fun. It started as a personal project, and then I thought I'd like to leave them to my kids. I'd like my kids to kind of have a record of some of the stuff, because a lot of it's about them, and they were really young. And so I thought, I don't want to give them 300 essays. I got to weed out the shit, So I start looking through it, and I filter them, and I put them into categories, and I keep trimming, because, I'm an editor by nature. We're all creatives, like, get rid of shit, So I got the 300 down to 74. Oh, yeah. How donated a kidney fixed my jump shot. So that was a headline written by the Wall Street Journal. They ran that essay many years ago when I donated a kidney to a partner at Marcus Thomas, the agency where I worked. And I was trying to find a title that represented what the book was about. But the book really is about 70 subjects, So I thought, what can I do that would, really be clickbait at the top? And I thought, how donating a kidney fixed my jump shot served the purpose, and then I added on all the other stuff to just spark interest. There's essays in there about food and why Jews love Christmas and all sorts of weird stuff. There's one in there for all of you creatives out there who have had really bad clients change your shit. There's a good essay in there. It's called How Corporate America Tried to Kill My Writing.
So you donated a kidney.
I did.
About that?
I think it's been 13 years, and I donated it to Joanne Kim, who was a partner along with me at Marcus Thomas, and it was a great experience. It really was. It was. It's so much easier than it sounds, and I just wish everybody who needed a kidney, I could talk to their friends and family, because if I could, they would give you a kidney. It's just so easy. I think I was out of commission for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I was playing basketball again at 6 weeks. I haven't looked back. It's actually made me healthier. That's part of how it fixed my jump shot. It taught me to take better care of myself, stop taking so much ibuprofen. I lost weight. Like, it sort of made me realize we're all mortal, so it actually has prolonged my life, I believe. When I first got into advertising, I was 30 years old, and I was already a writer and an ad guy, barely, and I became one. But I always wanted to hang on to some writing that was personal that nobody could fuck with. So no clients could edit it. It would always be mine. So throughout all the years of staying up late and working on campaigns and pitches, I always continued to write. I was on National Public Radio for a while reading my essays, and then I started sending them around. And what I did was I just wrote about things that were happening in my life. My kids were great material. I mean, my God, the best thing about having kids is just watch them, and there's a lot of shit to write about. So a lot of the essays, the whole first chapter of the book is 20 essays on fatherhood, going all the way from, the moment my kids were born till, they lived with me after college and they became my roommates. There's a funny essay on that, like when your kids become your roommates, holy shit, that's a mess. I've written about becoming an orphan, at age 49, which doesn't sound tragic. I wasn't 6, you know what I mean? But, even at 49, it's hard to be nobody's child, and I've written quite a bit about that. My mom's final words on the night before Passover was defrost the brisket. I know that sounds like a Larry David joke or something, or Woody Allen, but it really is true. Now, she mumbled some shit afterwards, but the last coherent thing I remember hearing in that night before she died or while she died was defrost the brisket. I'm going to keep writing essays, and I'm going to start writing kids' books, I think. So I am. That's a project I'm going to take on next, I think.